I think you need statistics when you're evaluating quarterbacks.
And who's the MVP? You better believe it.
I judge them by, did they win?
People who say the only stats that matter are wins and losses are doomed to spend eternity watching Rex Grossman play quarterback.
All 6 of you worked your tail off.
5 seconds left. 4, you dreaming? 3, 4, number 3. Seven innings, 2 rushes, 2 weeks. 4.
People come to see the great quarterback.
Throws into the end zone. It's a touchdown! Dolphins!
They want to see Drew Brees. They want to see Ben Roethlisberger. They want to see Peyton Manning.
And in this era, it seems that passing records fall every year.
Tom Brady, touchdown pass number 50, an NFL record.
So we wondered, what makes a great passing season?
Stats are incredibly important, and you have to look at all the stats. Quarterback rating, completion percentage, yards per attempt, touchdown interception ratio.
But I think you have to grade today's quarterbacks on a curve. Otherwise, you'd say most of the best quarterbacks of all time are playing right now.
For our top 10 passing seasons, we started with stats, but took era into account.
It's almost like a flag football passing league now, right? You can't touch the quarterback, you can't touch the receivers.
98 off the edge is hitting me after I'm throwing it.
These records never could have been accomplished playing under the rules of the 60s and 70s.
It makes it hard to compare now by numbers.
We had one final factor to consider.
We have to take into account their postseason.
If you play 4 playoff games, that's 20% of your season. It's just really hard to ignore when you're assessing the season.
Put it all together, and you've got our top 10 passing seasons of all time.
The number 10 greatest passing season of all time. Kurt Warner in 1999.
Number 10.
Here's a guy who was bagging groceries. Bagging groceries to putting up 4,000 yards in the NFL?
What a pass by Kurt Warner.
And being the MVP? Wow.
Watching that guy go from, you know, the grocery bagger to Super Bowl champion is amazing. The first thing I think about with Kurt Warner is Trent Green on the ground.
Now we got Trent Green down. We've got Trent Green down.
And then just kind of the, what are we going to do now mode.
Kurt Warner checks in. Certainly not where Trent Green is.
And Coach Vermeil saying,
We will rally around Kurt Warner, and we'll play good football.
And then he did.
In week 1, Kurt Warner came out and the Rams faced the Baltimore Ravens.
Have a good one. Just stay within yourself.
And Warner threw for 3 touchdowns, had over 300 yards passing. And it was a runaway victory for the Rams.
Quarterback doesn't look bad, Jimmy. Quarterback? No, he looks pretty good.
Amidst all the celebration, Warner said, hey guys, great game. We can be a lot better.
I've never seen anything like the 99 Rams offense.
What a pass by Kurt Warner, the first quarterback in NFL history with 3 touchdown passes in each of his first 3 starts. Play action, fake the end around. Warner throws down the middle. Touchdown, St. Louis.
Excellent throw by the quarterback, Kurt Warner.
In our number 10 passing season, Kurt Warner led the NFL in completion percentage, yards per attempt, quarterback rating, and touchdown passes.
Kurt Warner, now in the 40 touchdown pass club. There's Dan Marino and there's Kurt Warner. Unbelievable.
That was one of the more amazing seasons for any player in NFL history.
Brilliant. So why is Warner just 10th?
As good as he was, he did it against a slew of really bad pass defenses.
He had a Hall of Fame running back.
And he's off to the races.
2 of the fastest wideouts in the game, borderline Hall of Fame wideouts, and Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce. He had a Hall of Fame left tackle in Orlando Pace, a great innovative system.
I saw your brothers over there. I said, I'm worried about you guys. I don't know if you're ready.
and he played on the fast track in St. Louis, indoors. He had the most ideal circumstances anybody's ever had in pro football history.
Perhaps Warner's greatest accomplishment in our number 10 passing season was his final pass of the season.
Couldn't ask for a better script. Let's go win it right now.
Warner back to throw. Rainbows the far sideline. And it is caught by Isaac Bruce. Makes a move to the 30, 25, 20, and they won't catch him today. Touchdown Rams!
Do it for the team.
St. Louis is now the gateway to the best football team in the world.
And that's number 10? That one should be higher than 10.
Attack, let's go!
NFL history is filled with quarterbacks whose brilliance was short-lived. In 1989, Don Majkowski led the NFL in passing yards with over 4,200.
Here's Majkowski throwing downfield. Got it! Touchdown!
He never again topped 2,000. 10 years later, Steve Berline found the fountain of youth to throw for over 4,400 yards and nearly doubled his career high for touchdowns.
Berline, play action in the pocket again. Looking downfield, there it goes, touchdown!
Milt Plum was brilliant in 1960.
Milt Plum was going to be the guy that was going to replace Otto Graham,
setting a record for quarterback rating that lasted 29 years. But Milt Plum's descent into obscurity has nothing on our number 9.
The number 9 greatest passing season of all time. The quarterbacks of 2011.
In 2011, there were so many great quarterbacks that we couldn't just pick one. Drew Brees and Tom Brady passed Dan Marino's 27-year-old record for passing yards in a season.
Come on now!
Matthew Stafford eclipsed the 5,000-yard milestone as well.
Keep the heat on him!
Stafford, 3-step drop, looks right, throws one, Calvin, end zone, got him! Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
And while he didn't throw for 5,000 yards, Aaron Rodgers' season might have been the most impressive.
Throws end zone, diving grab, touchdown!
4 touchdown passes today to 4 different receivers.
Having 3 quarterbacks in the 2011 season throw for over 5,000 yards is mind-boggling.
Here's Brees, 30 back to throw. Stafford takes, looks right, throws right, got a man, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
That was the golden age of passing.
Drew probably had the best complement of wide receivers to throw to.
Back in the end zone, leaping grab, touchdown, Marcus Colston.
Tom certainly had the best complement of tight ends to throw to.
Fires down the field, caught, touchdown, Rob Gronkowski.
He's wide open. I mean, how hard is it?
Matthew had the best receiver in football to throw to in Calvin Johnson.
Stafford with time, looking deep, throws deep middle, wants Calvin, got it, he's stride, 25, 20, Megatron, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
You look like you're having fun. I do.
I just think what Drew Brees has done is phenomenal. It's always great to appreciate perfection like that.
And there it is, a 9-yard strike. Drew Brees has just broken Dan Marino's single-season passing yardage record.
He had a spectacular season, but I wouldn't necessarily say he was the most eye-catching, prolific quarterback in the NFL that year.
When a year when there were a lot of great quarterbacks putting up a lot of great numbers week to week, I mean, Rodgers week in and week out was just on a level above everybody else.
Sets up plenty of time. Rainbows deep down the middle. Touchdown!
He almost threw for 40 more touchdowns than interceptions. That's the best season of the year. I don't want to hear about anybody else's.
If I'm Eli Manning, I look at that season and I say, you 5,000 yards for show, I ring for dough.
Eli Manning and the Giants have finished off the Patriots in the Super Bowl for the 2nd time in 4 years.
So how does a season in which 5 quarterbacks pass for over 14 miles and 200 touchdowns wind up 9th on our list?
It's a whole different animal now.
It's not the same game. Do we look at Arena Football League numbers and say those translate well to the NFL?
If you think about guys like Mel Blount, I don't think he can watch the NFL right now because he couldn't play in today's NFL with the way that he played the game. There's a Mel Blount rule, for crying out loud.
I remember a day, which wasn't that long ago, when if you threw for 5,000 yards, that was an epic, historic season. And it happened once every 20 years. Now, 3 guys the same season? Give me a break.
The number 8 greatest passing season of all time. Y.A. Tittle in 1963.
I'm going to throw a season there. I don't know if he's even in there, but the year that Tittle threw 36 touchdown passes for the Giants, I think it was 1962. And they were, they were quite the high wire act that year with Schaffner and Gifford and all those guys. So I don't know if you got that in there. Okay, well, I'm glad you, see, that's good. I'm glad that you put that in there. Very good work.
Y.A. Tittle in 1963 had a season that was just outstanding. You got to remember, his 36 touchdown passes that year are coming on the heels of having 33 the year before, which he's setting records left and right here.
Perfectly engineered by Tittle.
Tittle's stats that year were off the charts. I mean, no one was putting up that kind of yardage or those kinds of touchdowns in a 14-game season.
His rating was almost 105, which is impressive, but it's even more impressive when you consider the league average was 68. He had more than 2.5 touchdowns for every interception, and that today would be very impressive. But back then, there was, in the league, 1 interception for every passing touchdown, so it was even more impressive.
Y.A. Tittle bounces around out there today like a lad just half his age.
What makes our number 8 passing season even more remarkable was that Tittle was setting records at the spry age of 37.
Tittle was considered, when he came to New York, to be a player that didn't have anything left. I mean, he had played in San Francisco and had played well in San Francisco.
This has got to be the alley-oop. There is no time for anything else. Tittle throws. Owens is double teamed. He's going downfield near the goal line. He goes up. He's got it.
But they got to a point where they just thought he was old and couldn't do it anymore, and they traded him to the Giants.
Now, this is in his 16th season as an NFL quarterback with a new team. And when he came to New York, he was about as welcome as the flu. They were a very tight-knit group, and 40-year-old quarterback Charlie Connerly was the team favorite. So Tittle not only had the problem of gaining his teammates' confidence, but showing that he could still do it in his 16th season, and boy, did he.
With Tittle in that lineup, Giant fans have come to expect pass magic.
Our number 8 passing season stands the test of time. Tittle threw 36 touchdowns in 13 games, and his record stood for over 2 decades.
Tittle's touchdown passing record standing 21 years is really remarkable. When you consider quarterbacks like Terry Bradshaw, Johnny Unitas, Lenny Dawson, and others played during that era, when you have a record of that magnitude that lasts 21 years, it's really never broken. It's simply retired.
What people tend to forget is when Dan Marino broke the record in 1984, through 13 games, which is all that Tittle played in 63 when he set the record, Marino had 36 touchdown passes. So he needed the 3 extra games.
Tittle throws his 36th touchdown pass to Joe Morrison. They win the Eastern Conference title for the 6th time in 8 years.
Some of the NFL's greatest quarterbacks did it without gaudy numbers. Roger Staubach and Terry Bradshaw were the dominant quarterbacks of the 1970s, yet neither ever led the league in passing yards.
It couldn't have been thrown any better.
John Elway was the king of comebacks.
Touchdown!
But not the stat sheet.
This one's for John.
Despite 3 Super Bowl rings, Troy Aikman only topped 20 touchdowns once.
It's a supersonic laser blast from Aikman to Irvin for a touchdown.
But big stats combined with Super Bowl brilliance in our number 7 passing season.
The number 7 greatest passing season of all time. Joe Montana in 1989.
Montana's 89 season is incredible.
Joe was the original conductor, if you will, of that beautiful offense.
And boy, did he rip a perfect pass to Jerry Rice.
A master at the peak of his craft. Whenever Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel just was like putting that finishing dot, that was Montana in 89.
His experience and his knowledge of our offense and where people are on defense, and then that little extra special something that no one seems to be able to define. And you got perhaps the greatest quarterback that's ever played.
In our number 7 passing season, Joe Montana established a new NFL record with a quarterback rating of 112.4.
Montana in 89 He completed 70% of his passes.
A perfect pass to Jerry Rice.
That's insane. That's just absolutely insane.
That was when everything came to a head.
Just complete control of the offense, precision, knowing where the third and fourth receivers are. It's a clinic.
It was just fantasy land, Xanadu. And of course, there's a guy on the sidelines waiting to take his job.
And you got to give Bill Walsh a lot of credit for bringing Steve Young in, because Steve Young being there pushed Montana to take his game to another level.
Well, Joe Montana that year went into Philadelphia and played, in my opinion, the greatest game of his career. Joe Montana was getting pummeled, and I thought that he was going to leave there on a meat wagon.
Eagles have been getting to Montana.
The Eagles had the 49ers beat. And of course, Montana engineered 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
Touchdown for the 49ers! Touchdown 49ers! Rice has got it! Touchdown 49ers!
As gutty a performance under any circumstances as Joe Montana's ever had.
So why isn't Joe Cool higher on our list? For one, Montana had plenty of help.
I think a lot of the credit for Montana goes to his receivers.
Taylor breaks a tackle, breaks another to the 30.
Montana fulfilled the Walsh vision of long handoffs to these two guys who had unique skill to run with the ball after the catch, Taylor and Rice.
Slanted to Taylor, he beats the first wall.
Once they got the ball in their hands, it was like they became even faster. They became even quicker and more elusive.
He's got Rice, he breaks loose.
That whole season, the 49ers were a machine. That's what Joe Montana did. And then once he got to the postseason, all touchdowns, no interceptions.
He gets to the playoffs and he just reaches another level. I know Niners did too. They outscored opponents by 100 points in 3 games. He didn't throw an interception. He completed almost 80% of his passes.
Jerry Rice!
So he took what was already the best season as a quarterback, and then he topped it in the playoffs against better competition.
Oh my, what a pass completion!
So is number 7 a high enough ranking for Montana's '89 season?
He should be higher than that.
I think he should be higher than 7.
I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a quarterback with a more efficient season.
That seems to work every time they do it.
That season, 1989, he was just at the apex, the summit of his career.
The number 6 greatest passing season of all time. Steve Young in 1994.
When that season opened, Steve Young still hadn't won a Super Bowl. Well, he put that team on his back in 1994, and he went to the Super Bowl.
Young to throw, pass to the end zone.
They were humming. I don't think anybody could have stopped them.
Touchdown 49ers! Someone take the monkey off my back, please!
He walked away with a Super Bowl title and no longer with a monkey on his back.
In 1994, Steve Young threw 35 touchdowns on his way to breaking Joe Montana's record for quarterback rating with a 112.8.
Jerry makes the cut. He gets to the end zone.
Mike Shanahan, Steve Young, and the West Coast offense. That was an awesome combination.
Touchdown 49ers!
In our number 6 passing season, Steve Young passed Joe Montana for the second best completion percentage in an NFL season.
When people see a 70.3% completion rate, they get suspicious.
Jerry Rice, he's got it!
Steve Young averaged 12.3 yards per completion in 1994. Those aren't dinks. Those aren't dunks.
Touchdown 49ers!
Going into that postseason, I think the 49ers probably could have beaten any team that ever played.
Young goes for the end zone. Rice is out there. Touchdown 49ers!
Look at the reaction by Steve Young. He has exorcised some demons.
He went to the Super Bowl, and he throws 6 touchdown passes against the Chargers.
Young goes deep middle. He's got Jerry Rice. Touchdown 49ers! Oh, what a bonanza!
The Chargers lost to them in that Super Bowl, but every team would have lost to them in that Super Bowl.
Jerry Rice, another touchdown!
I think the Chargers could have played them 25,000 times and lost 25,000 times.
MVP, baby. Steve Young is now number 1 all time with 6 touchdown passes.
But he also had to do it with the weight of the world on his shoulders because everybody's just waiting for him to screw up.
Someone take the monkey off my back, please!
With our number 6 passing season, Steve Young eclipses Joe Montana on our list.
94 numbers are great. 89 artistry surpasses all. I'd put Joe ahead of Steve.
For me, I think I enjoyed watching Montana play more. He was poetic.
Montana's still the best, and he always will be.
The amazing thing when Steve Young replaced Joe Montana is that everything went up. Completion percentage went up. Yards per attempt went up. Quarterback rating went up.
Won't have to hear any more talk about Steve Young getting to the Super Bowl.
It's a nice recognition in this list that he gets to rank ahead of Montana.
That year was special, really special.
Steve beat him on this list, but I don't know if he beats him in San Francisco 49ers fans' hearts.
Now, the number 5 greatest passing season of all time. Tom Brady in 2007.
This has to be number one. It has to be number one.
I look at Brady's 2007 season, and it's certainly the greatest season I've seen any quarterback have in my lifetime.
Direct snap to Brady. Stands in the pocket. Fires it to the right, down the right sideline, and caught at the 2015 10-5. Touchdown, Patriots. And they each have set NFL records on the go-ahead touchdown.
If you like statistics, our number 5 passing season is the one for you. 50 touchdowns, 4,800 yards, 589 points, and only 8 interceptions.
The 50-8 touchdown to interception ratio. That's a 5-to-1 ratio. That's a phenomenal statistic, in my opinion. That's 42 more touchdown passes than interceptions.
Tom Brady just won't quit.
That Patriots team was just like the Rams team was when it was the greatest show on turf. Everybody knew what they were going to do, and you just still couldn't stop them.
Touchdown, Wes Welker. Tom Brady's 6th touchdown pass of the game.
We are not finished. We are not finished, fellas.
That's right, Tom. We're not finished. It's time to hear from the anti-Brady camp.
They've taken the rules and they have exploited those rules, and they know that they're protected. And that's exactly what Belichick and Brady have done, and that's why those numbers are so spectacular.
It's also worth remembering, I don't just say this because I'm a Giants fan, that he really slowed down in the playoffs. In the AFC Championship game, he threw 3 interceptions.
And how about Tom Brady's start? How about an interception and now a quarterback rating of about 30?
And then against the Giants in the Super Bowl, he got sacked 5 times. He only averaged about 5.5 yards per attempt. It really didn't get the job done.
Patriots season is over, unfulfilled at the end.
So he didn't win it all, but Tom Terrific still landed the number 4 spot on our list with plenty of support.
I think that Tom Brady in 2007 was a maestro.
The resounding ability of the points scored by that team and their ability to just humiliate defenses was, to me, one of the most spectacular offensive displays in the history of this game.
The Patriots have put on a clinic.
I am not sure how the Tom Brady one does not end up number 1. You're talking about 50 touchdowns, very few interceptions. He threw every possible pass a quarterback could throw, threw them all nearly perfectly. The touchdown record, driving the team to the perfect record in the regular season. That was the best quarterback season ever.
The number 4 greatest passing season of all time. Peyton Manning in 2004.
The best passing season of all time is Peyton Manning.
Throws, touchdown Stokely. Fires a quick look and Reggie's got it, touchdown. He's a wide open. Marvin got it, touchdown. Touchdown. What a strike by Peyton Manning.
49 touchdowns, over 4,500 yards passing, and the second best passer rating in history give Peyton Manning our number 4 spot.
When you just watched him that whole season, beginning from week 1, You could feel something special happening as the season was going week after week after week.
Touchdown to Reggie Wayne. He got it.
Easy touchdown.
5 touchdowns for Manning today.
What would a quarterback-centric top 10 list be if it didn't have a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning debate?
I disagree with Manning being ahead of Tom Brady's 07 season for a few reasons. I think he had better teammates. Manning had Dallas Clark, Stokely, Reggie Wayne, and Marvin Harrison. And Tom Brady had Randy Moss and Wes Welker. That's pretty good. But after that, it's a pretty big drop-off. The Patriots in 07 scored a lot more points. They didn't lose any games. I think that should be a factor.
But the overall offensive level of the league was higher in 2004 than it was in 2007, which is another reason why I think Brady's season was just a little bit better than Manning's.
I think it adds up to a season very similar to Brady's in a lot of ways, but just slightly better.
Manning out of the shotgun. Snap is to Peyton. Protection stays in. He throws to Stokely.
Brady may have eclipsed Manning's touchdown record, but he needed an extra game to do it. Manning was pulled after 3 snaps in his Week 17 game, whereas Brady threw his 49th and 50th in his.
They took him out of games that year. At Detroit, on Thanksgiving, he threw 6 touchdown passes, and they pulled him out in the third quarter. The Colts were so good, he was so good, that the numbers weren't as good as they could have been had he played all the plays.
Number 18's driving this machine like I've never seen.
In 2004, Manning threw 8 fourth-quarter touchdown passes. All but one of those came when the Colts were trailing or the game was tied. All of them were meaningful touchdown passes.
Play action look. Touchdown, Stokely! And the Colts are right back in it.
Tom Brady, by contrast, threw 10 fourth-quarter touchdown passes in 2007. And while some of those were meaningful, some of those were to make the score 56-10.
Touchdown. The Patriots 45. Washington nothing.
So Tom Brady throws an NFL record 50 touchdown passes. Something tells me that you're actually downgrading guys for the number of touchdown passes they throw. If somebody had thrown 51, you would have stuck them in at 6. I don't get this.
Drew Brees threw for nearly 4,400 yards with a 70% completion rating.
Touchdown! Beautifully thrown ball by Drew Brees.
But that same year, 12 teams totaled over 4,000 yards passing. By comparison, Sid Luckman had nearly 300 more passing yards than any team in 1943. He compiled a 28-10 touchdown to interception ratio when the NFL average was 11-20.
But was the forward pass even legal back then? All Luckman had to do was throw over the offensive line. If it was 5 yards downfield, there was nobody back there.
Otto Graham has the most championships of any quarterback and also posted one of the best passing seasons of all time.
And what a day for Otto Graham. 4 touchdowns and 3 conversions.
In 1953, Graham completed 65% of his passes and threw for over 2,700 yards. But the gold standard for a great passing season was set by our number 3 quarterback.
The number 3 greatest passing season of all time, Johnny Unitas in 1959.
The Colts keep the Lions off his back as Johnny Unitas coolly fires a touchdown strike to Raymond Berry.
Johnny U was our number 3 for his remarkable 32 touchdowns and 2,899 yards in a 12-game season.
Johnny Unitas' season would contradict everything I've learned about football history. 32 touchdowns in 12 games in an era where defensive rules prevailed. I mean, you could mug a receiver downfield, and the passing game had not really been developed or had not evolved very far at that point, and Johnny Unitas still put up big numbers. That's hard to comprehend, and you wonder what that would translate to in today's game.
Unitas is playing and calling a nearly perfect game. Touchdown, Colts.
32 touchdowns in 1959. The season was 12 games long back then, so that equates to 43 touchdowns nowadays. No quarterback threw over 20 touchdowns except Unitas.
Johnny Unitas makes it 37 games in a row in which he has thrown a touchdown pass as Raymond Berry makes a spectacular reception and the Colts go ahead 14-13.
Our number 3 passing season just so happened to occur during one of the NFL's greatest streaks. Johnny Unitas' 47 straight games with a touchdown pass.
Johnny Unitas' 47 consecutive games with a touchdown pass is like Joe DiMaggio's hitting streak.
I mean, think about when Johnny U did this. He does this in the Plesiozoic era of the NFL. He's doing this outdoors with all rules that are still tilted towards the defense.
If you know John and know he didn't throw one touchdown pass to keep that streak alive, that even makes it more remarkable.
This scoring pass by Unitas sets a new record for touchdown passes in a single season.
National Football League championship on the line at Baltimore. Vice President Nixon is among the jam-packed crowd with eyes on Johnny Unitas, the great Colt quarterback.
One reason Unitas is ahead of the 04 Manning and the 07 Brady seasons is because he did the one thing they couldn't in their memorable passing seasons, win a championship.
Johnny runs the table. He has the great season. He wins the championship game against the Giants. Wins it easily.
Unitas fools the Giants completely. He rolls out and dodges into the end zone, standing up to get the lead back for Baltimore.
I think postseason performance has to count. That's part of their season. There's no question. And he played great in the championship game. In a great career and in his great run of throwing touchdowns in every game, that was the standout season.
The final score is 31-16 as the Baltimore Colts earn their second straight World Championship.
It is said that to truly appreciate the highs, you have to experience the lows. So here are some of the worst passing seasons of all time. It was more like Off-Broadway Joe in 1976 as Joe Namath threw 16 interceptions to only 4 touchdowns.
Perhaps the best thing that can be said about the 1976 New York Jets season is that it's over.
Jake the Snake Plummer was just plain snake bit in 1999. He threw 24 interceptions to just 9 touchdowns for a team that had made the playoffs a year before. The uniforms weren't the only thing that was ugly for the Buccaneers in the 80s. Vinny Testaverde threw 35 interceptions in 1988 and had a passer rating under 50. And finally, Ryan Leaf, who may have the worst passing season of all time. 2 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, and a 45% completion rate.
Ryan Leaf threw a miserable pass.
Oof. And to think, the Chargers were 1 pick away from getting our number 2 player.
The number 2 greatest passing season of all time. Peyton Manning lights it up in 2013.
Second best? Okay, we're not talking stats.
Actually, we are talking about stats.
Touchdown, Denver!
Because in 2013, Peyton Manning threw for all-time records in yards and touchdowns.
Denver's first touchdown of the year, a Peyton Manning strike to Julius Thomas. Sets, he throws a deep ball. He wants Denver. Denver's there. Perfectly thrown strike. Pass to Demaryius Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. He's got 55 on the season.
So how did the man who threw for 55 touchdowns end up number 2 on our list?
I don't think anybody's talking about Russell Wilson having the greatest quarterbacking season in NFL history, but he was able to win the Super Bowl, and I think that matters more.
As we said at the beginning of this show,
this ball's intercepted.
The postseason counts as well.
It doesn't tarnish the regular season, that's for sure.
It factors in, certainly, and maybe it factors in enough to say you just can't put it number 1 that season.
I don't think it tarnishes it. The guy's a great quarterback.
Great might be underselling Manning a little bit, especially after opening the season with 7 touchdowns.
Peyton Manning has 4 touchdown passes, and Peyton Manning's 5th touchdown of this game and his 6th touchdown pass of the game by Peyton Manning's 7th touchdown pass. He ties an NFL record, and this is against the Ravens.
Peyton's never going to be tarnished in my eyes. That's for people on sports talk that never played and don't realize how difficult it is to do what he's doing and to do it at his age after 4 neck surgeries.
Even after a neck injury, that a lot of us thought by the end of his career, he still has one of the greatest seasons of NFL history to get back to that point.
Just about every aspect of his game was a statistically outrageous performance.
Most consecutive games with a touchdown pass, most 4 touchdown passing games, most passing yards, most completions in a single season, most attempts in a single season, best passer rating in a single season.
Denver's got a touchdown.
So it was just like a clinic in perfection.
For him to come back after sitting out a whole year and do what he did is miraculous.
What I kind of thought was interesting about it was that it was with a lot of new personnel. There was a lot of guys that we hadn't played with before, and that he just seemed in such command of everything that was going on.
There's no better mentor, there's no better football mind to learn the game from. He works so hard every day, and I've been telling people all year, everything he does isn't a surprise to us here.
Thomas with a touchdown, and there's the record. Move over, Tom Brady. That chair belongs to Peyton Manning this year.
All right, congratulations. But despite all of the accolades and uncertainties of the future, one thing is assured. Peyton has his priorities in order.
Is that weighing on your mind at all? I mean, the fact that you don't know how much time you have left in this game?
No, it's really not. What's weighing on my mind is how soon I can get a Bud Light in my mouth after this win. That is priority number one. That was
the number 1 greatest passing season of all time. Dan Marino in 1984.
Greatest passing season of all time, in my eyes, has got to be 1984, and it's got to be Dan Marino.
Marino's 84 season is astounding. With how quick his release was, it's just picking apart whatever. He's just doing whatever he wants. He's just choosing who's most open. He's just going, okay, you're kind of open, you're a little bit open, you're really open.
Man open, touchdown!
In his second year in the NFL, Dan Marino probably figured, hey, this must be easy. Dolphins not only got to the Super Bowl, but Marino, of course, put up amazing yards, one of the great passers in NFL history.
Looks right across the middle. He's got Clayton open. 10, 5, touchdown Dolphins. Out of the shotgun. Here's Marino. Wide open field. Throws for a touchdown, and there's the record. Number 37 on the season breaks the all-time NFL record.
Marino's 84 season is our number 1 because of his record-setting yardage and touchdown totals.
Dan Marino wasn't just a cut above the competition. He was 2 or 3 cuts above the competition in 1984. His numbers blow everyone else's away. Dan Marino threw 16 touchdown passes in the final 4 games. You could have taken those 4 games away, and he still would have tied for the league lead in touchdowns.
Marino gets another 3-touchdown game.
But might those stats have come easier than we thought?
I think that era in the 80s allowed the passing teams to have a distinct advantage as we moved and the defense reacted. In 07, everybody was unloading the bucket to try to stop Brady, and the bucket had no answer in it.
Marino really airing it out against this wedge, disciplined deep zone defense by the Rams.
So maybe 1984 wasn't the best year for defenses, but our number 1 passing season wasn't exactly aided by Hall of Famers.
Guys like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning have had significantly more help in great years, as did Kurt Warner, than Dan Marino had then.
Wants to pass the middle, open, Cephalo, touchdown!
The leading rusher on that 1984 Dolphins team was Woody Bennett, averaging 38 yards per game.
I mean, if he doesn't have a running game, and he's very early and young in his career. So Dan Marino's 1984 season, it's hard to disagree against because that has been the benchmark of outstanding quarterback play.
He's got Cooper down there. He's got it. 30, over 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Dolphins.
To me, as much as I didn't like Marino, the greatest pure passer that ever lived.
Even his enemies agree. Marino's 1984 season is number 1.
If you throw for 5,000 yards in any year, especially in a year when everything is on your shoulders, I can't argue with it at all.
You were almost surprised at times when Marino threw an incompletion. It just seemed like every time he dropped back, he was going to throw the ball down the field and it would be complete.
He looks, lost to the corner of the end zone. Net more, touchdown. That's 4 touchdowns in the ball game, and that's a new record.
Marino just rewrote the record books with numbers that seemed absurd.
That season, to me, is the greatest passing season we've ever seen because of when it was done and how it was done. But I have no problem whatsoever with Peyton Manning as number 2.
Yes, he's got it. He's in. Touchdown.
Oh, was that beautiful.
Perfectly thrown pass by Dan Marino.
So Dan Marino's 1984 is our #1 passing season of all time. We stand by our selection, even though there were a few dissenting opinions.
Here's the thing with the no running game. How does anyone know the Dolphins didn't have a running game when they never handed it off?
I'll give him best passing season ever. And you can have that. I'll be over here with these dudes fitting rings.